All right, guys, welcome back to the Friday Night Podcast, also known as the Slightly Roasted Podcast. No air horns, no. It's your boy Owen, and joining us today, joining me is. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Jesus.
You there?
Oh yeah, I'm there. My name is
No,
Jesus.
no.
You need
Vincent, you
more?
there?
Yeah,
You
it's
gonna inter-
Vincent. What's up?
All right,
Okay.
let's move on to the first story.
The gap.
So. Yeah. Bro, that reminds me of you telling that story about about Timothy. It's like, damn. Is your name Timothy? Yeah. It's like
Okay.
that angry ass response that he had towards you. He's like, who the
So what's
fuck
the
is this
story?
guy? All right, so I want to start off with a story. I've been waiting to tell this story on the podcast. And it's my Walmart story. So, warning to sensitive viewers: the way I describe things could get a little graphic. Um, that's just like my little notoriety thing. So, I wanted to go get a Steam gift card for to come buy some stuff on Steam, and as the fact that I didn't have a credit card yet, I decided to go get it with some cash. So, drop my car down, park it, and I go in. But I go in through the service area that's at Walmart. So I'm coming in through where they fix up all the cars and stuff. Just because like there's no line there, no crowd or anything. Just kind of quiet. And not to mention where I'm going is kind of towards that area in the store anyway. So I step in and I'm walking down. And you have to cut through the kids section to get over to the electronics section, which is where I'm going. So I'm walking through, boy toys, and I'm looking around at some of the new stuff. They got some awesome new Nerf guns and stuff I'm looking at, and I'm keep on trotting by. And I hear a little kid crying, and I'm like, oh, typical. So kid's crying, whatever, no big deal. And I keep going. The crying continues, and it becomes very loud crying. And then I see where it's coming from, but I don't see the child. Between me and the child, and I was frozen and petrified in shock of what I was witnessing. There was an obese black female
Oh.
bent
I see.
over like
Oh,
90 degrees. I mean, it was every it so she had her pants
90
down,
degrees.
like her back was parallel with the ground, bro. It was She had everything out. She had her pants down. She was taking a shit in the middle of the aisle of the little girls' kids section. And
No.
I'm sitting there going, what in the hell am I witnessing right here? Am I like, is this like some random childbirth that I don't, that like we need to get some people for? And I just realized that no, she's just taking a she's taking a fat ass
Daniel's
shit.
birth. The birth of Daniel.
And
Oh.
she's taking a fat ass shit, and I'm
Oh.
just sitting there staring, just frozen in fear. She finishes, gets up, pulls up, not wiping or anything, pulls up and says, "You eat that, huh?" And I'm like, "What? Hold on. What? Who's she saying that to?" She turns around because she's taking up most of the aisle, and I can't see past her. And she
Uh-huh.
looks at me, and she gives me like the "fuck you" chin up kind of thing, like the "fuck you" looking at, "fuck you," and she like pushes by me and walks off. And I'm watching her stumble through the
Jeez.
aisle as she's leaving. And I look back over where the steaming pile of shit is, and I notice a small
Yeah.
young Asian child standing there crying. And I go, huh, okay.
I see this.
I turn and I just keep walking. I just walked away. I'm like, I'm not even gonna step into this situation. I'm gonna just go over here. I'm gonna notify the dude at the front. I'm just notify the dude over here at the electronics section. Like, hey, some fat chick just took a dump, and I'm gonna just get my shit and
Yeet.
leave. Honestly, I was debating even buying the Steam gift card at that time. I was like, I'm just gonna leave. So I went up.
Just leave.
I went up to the dude sitting there at the cash register, and I said, "Yo, I don't know what I just witnessed." He goes, "What happened?" He said, "He's like, something break, something fall over." I said, "No, no, no. There was some fat black woman taking a massive dump like 5 aisles over." He goes, "Hold on. What'd you say?" I was like, she took a fat ass dump like 5 aisles over." He goes, "Shit, not again." And like he runs.
Oh,
And I'm
that
like, "Hold
shit
up.
happens again.
This man said again? Like, time out. This happened before?" He sprint off and he had a mop bucket, like not 15 feet from him, like pristine mop bucket. Grabs that bitch. I've never seen somebody run so quick all the way down. It looked like he was riding on it all the way over. I'm like,
Yeet.
I'm just gonna leave. And I literally turned around and I walked out the door. I didn't even buy the Steam gift card. I just fucking walked out. And like a day later, I went back and I had mustered up the courage to walk around the kids section and not through it for fear that I might witness whatever that monstrosity was taking a dump. She was huge, bro, and she took that it literally took up 4 tiles. It was 4 tiles wide, bro. Think about that. Think about that. Like the tiles at Walmart, like in the floor, are
Wait,
like
four
a
tiles.
foot wide. What's up?
It wasn't like she was spreading her shit out. Like she
No,
just.
no. It was just like from the way that it landed, it literally covered 4 tiles. I'm like,
Huh.
bruh. It literally it looked like a cow patty, but I don't want to say that because it wasn't. But it was it
Or
was
square foot of shit.
it was a few broken logs, but it was the size of a cow patty. It was fucked up.
Yeet.
It was fucked up. That it's like it was horrible. I walked away at that moment. I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna, not even. So
That's
that's
so
my Walmart story,
yo. That's tragic.
bro. Yeah, it needed to be on
That
that People of Walmart compilation.
that'd be funny.
You got any tragic Walmart stories, Spencer, or dealing with I wouldn't
Oh,
say
take a
like
step back.
fucked up people, but
Take a step back, Jesus.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Well,
got any you got any fucked up stories, Miles, about that,
about Walmart? No, I don't. I don't have any stories about Walmart.
or just like
Mm.
fucked up people in general?
You know what? I can't really say fucked up people. Well, there was this one time I was volunteering back in high school,
Uh
and so we're doing
oh.
feeding the homeless. So we had to go downtown, and pretty much we had to make food and serve it to the people. And this was all outside in the cold. And so everyone is supposed to like make sure that you give every single person some food. All the volunteers,
Right.
we're supposed to give all the homeless people food if they haven't had any, and you gotta like be careful because some people would try to like sneak in seconds before like everybody else had their first. So you gotta watch out for that type of stuff.
All right.
So I go and make a plate of food, and I'm about to hand it out to this one specific guy. All of a sudden, I see 5 different hands reach for the food, and I'm like, oh shit, who's gonna get it? I let go, and I see there's still 5 hands on that plate, and I look at their faces and I say, let's see how this plays out.
It's like,
They
did
all
they
look
all
at each
stop and
other.
look at each other? They're
They
like,
all look at each other, and it looked like
"Doo-doo-doo."
the biggest man gets it. And I was like, okay, I get it. That's how the system works. The strong survive.
The strong survive.
Survive.
God damn.
Over that night, nothing else happened. It was pretty calm. Then a month later, I hear that there was uh there was a brawl at the food at where we were feeding the homeless.
Right.
So that pretty much meant, huh?
I said, right? That sounds about
Right?
right.
Yeah. And pretty much that meant that we weren't volunteering there ever again. And that's my
Oh
story.
man,
But
that's like a legitimate food fight though. It's like my failed attempt at a food fight back in elementary school, man.
Oh, really? What was that like?
So I think I said this, but I don't think it went up on the podcast. I don't think it went up. So basically, it is elementary school, right? And we're sitting there. Oh, hello. My laptop elevation system just collapsed. Hold on. Breathe. All right, we're good. So I'm sitting there with my buddies, and we're sitting there chatting, and we're looking around, and we're like, "Today's the day. We're gonna have a real food fight." So you know those little plastic spoons are real springy, right? You can launch quite a ways with them. And that day we had potatoes, so we're like, we're loading up. We grabbed like 5 things of utensils. We're like loading them up, and so we sit there. We're waiting for the right time to strike. A teacher walks by, has her back turned. She keeps walking, keeps walking. She turns away from us. Go! We stand up. We say, "Food fight," and we start launching them at people. And we specifically targeted people that we knew would get angry, so that way they would retaliate throwing food back, which would then start the food fight, right? You know, go back and forth.
Okay.
Never seen them act so peaceful from getting slammed in the face with potatoes. Like, legitimately, this dude got hit right in the eyeball. And he looked. He just stopped eating and immediately looked at a teacher. And because we had stood up when we did it, like dumbasses, every single teacher in the entire lunchroom looked at us and said, "All right, come on." Like, no hesitation. Everybody stopped talking. Everybody looked at us, and we're like,
Did you yell food fight?
yes, that was the point. Because,
Well,
like,
that's how you fucked up.
yeah, exactly. We fucked up.
Food fight.
It's like always in the movies and stuff. It's like we hear food fight, and then we just start throwing food. Well, then
that
start
moment
throwing
when
food.
you're like, the moment it's like you hear food fight before you get hit with mashed potatoes. You're like, oh,
Dude, if
I
I were
should
to ever
see
hear
it
food
coming.
fight, I'm under the table, like, immediately.
No, he was just like, cannot overreact. I was targeted for a reason.
He
Sir, I need you. Be my
became
tool.
self-aware. That's funny. That's funny. I could see that. I could see that.
Yo, that sucks.
Yeah, it was like we were really trying for it though. We had that shit planned out. We picked a day with the potatoes, man, with the fucking potatoes. And somehow we still didn't start that shit. You know what's funny? Is that not like 3 months later, I heard that another kid got suspended for starting a food fight in the cafeteria. They didn't charge us with starting a food fight. They were like throwing food at kids. But they labeled him as starting a food fight. And we heard, yeah, because he actually got one started. I'm like, my man.
My man.
It's like, I'm sad I wasn't there, but damn, like, could have been there. Could have gone home.
He went down
like,
early.
early.
The first kid to start a food fight after the first failed attempt.
Yep, that's basically what it was, man. It's like we were so jealous. We're like, damn, that could have been us, man. There was
We
like
could have
3 of
gotten
us
suspended.
too.
You
3
could have
kids
gotten
start food fight.
suspended.
Oh, you know what? You know what we should have done? We should have been at like opposite ends of the table, throwing food at one another, and then like other people got involved, like throwing food at us because we're throwing food, and then maybe that's how we could have gotten it started.
100%. It probably would not have worked out.
Maybe not, but it would have been a fun attempt though.
I think it was a good atmosphere for the other person. You just had a bad atmosphere during the time.
Maybe it's like like those mean kids were just not having it that day.
They're like, no, they were having a great day. They're like, even the smashed potatoes can't ruin my fucking day.
No, I saw one of them get really triggered because he was having a really nice day and somebody fucked it up for him. He was like, "I'm wearing my new shoes," and you know what? And some kids stepped up. He's like, "Oh man, those are new shoes." I was like, "Oh, look at those Jordans, bro. Those are so nice." And he goes up to him, and he lifts his foot up. He's like, "Look how big they are too. Look how small my foot is compared to yours." And he brought his foot up, and somebody shoved him, and he went to go stop himself, and he stuck his foot and like he stepped off the concrete, and he stuck his foot in sand, and it just sank down because it had been raining a little bit. And sand just covered the entire shoe. This nice red went to like a black and like tannish looking garbage. He got Dude, he got so damn triggered. He was so happy about his shoes, and then somebody just dirtied his shoes, man. He literally lifted up the kid and was like, "I'm gonna fight you."
I honestly, I can see that. It's like from his perspective, all he sees is some guy saying, "Oh my God, your shoe's so nice." Be ashamed if something happened to them.
Exactly, exactly. Yo,
That's exactly what That's exactly what I'd perceive. I'd be like, "Huh? What the hell?" And
dude,
you go,
my
"What?"
my neighbor, she was babysitting her niece, and her niece was like 8 or 9,
Mhm.
but her niece was smart, and she was like, I want cookies, and my neighbor's like, no, no, you can't have cookies. You got to eat healthy. You got to stay healthy. She goes, got a lot of nice stuff in here. Be ashamed if something got broken. And she was like, what'd you
Uh-oh.
say? she
Uh-oh.
was like, she was like, I'm saying you got a nice house with a lot of nice stuff. And she's like, you threatening me? She sat back down. She didn't say shit. It was like,
Yeet.
I was like, damn, that's funny. Because I was sitting there just like talking with her because I was just over there hanging out. Because our neighbor's cool. She literally brings over cookies for us like all the time. She's like, hey, just trying out this new recipe here. Try cookies. It's like, oh, thank you. The best neighbor ever giving us
Oh,
free
that's
food.
awesome.
Yeah, man. Although she moved a little while ago. But yeah, rest in peace. She went to Georgia.
Yo, when shit doesn't work out. Yo, Vincent,
Honestly.
you still there?
All right, we got the spaz attack Vincent on deck.
Hi. How's everybody doing tonight?
You already
Icky,
angrily
Icky,
said
Vicky,
hello.
Icky Vicky in the house.
Yo, what's up, Valencia?
Huh?
Bro, that night at Friendly Feud.
Wait, did
Oh,
Spencer just say, huh?
yeah.
And then, so
Spencer,
did
do you not remember that day?
a friendly feud?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember
That
when I
was
got on the mic and I was like, what's up, Valencia?
no one
And like
said
everyone
shit.
was silent.
The whole room was silent. I'm like, ooh, this is not your crowd. It's not
Like
right.
literally the
No,
whole crowd looked at us, like didn't even look at us. They were just like on their phones, just flat out
You're
ignored
like,
us.
no, I got quite a lot of looks.
No, you
he
got the
did.
3 black guys who were sitting by themselves up in the top back row. They all appreciated it. They were like, "Hey," but everybody else was like, "Nah."
I was like, my game show. That was, I kid you not, that was the
Yo,
best game show I've made.
that was the day I met Michaela.
Yeah,
Yeet.
bro.
She was she was hot. I'm talking about like,
She was a minor though.
hey.
No,
She
she
would
wasn't mine.
definitely be an R. Kelly victim.
Oh shit.
That's how hot she
Oh
was.
shit.
At like she was what? Hello. I think
Oh shoot, a guest showed up.
Oh, you want a valet? Don't you? You
For
not
those of
think
you
already?
who don't know, Vincent is at work right now, but it's also like 1:30 a.m. and he's doing an all night shift, so ain't nobody coming except for some random stragglers. We normally play
Which means
games around this time, so decided to do podcasts instead for a little bit, and then play games. But yeah, Spencer, you said
yeah.
you had another story about
Take a step back.
uh, spe- uh, what the?
Say my name. Say my name.
So Miles, you said you had another story that you want to talk about.
What is the story I want to talk about? You mean my last volunteering? Last time I volunteered was let's see, yeah, this is a story. This was at a time that I was volunteering at a food bank, and so I got picked up by an ice cream store that headed over to the food bank. There was me and 4 other people. We head over, we do the volunteering for the food bank, we stored the food, we put them in packages, set them up, put them on a truck, and we're done.
All right, sounds easy enough.
So we're leaving to go back home, and the person I was driving starts the car, and all I hear is "Wee, wee, wee." In my head, I'm like, "Ooh, that sounds interesting. I wonder how this is gonna turn out." So we all got in the car anyways, and then we
Fucking
started
way.
heading home to drop me off at my car. And all of a sudden, I hear dun 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 dun. Dun. I'm like, "Oh shit, what was that?"
Ping!
I turn around, me and the people in the backseat turn around. All we see is something about 8 inches in diameter,
Eight
rolling
meters in
across
diameter. God damn. That's a
8 meters.
fucking wheel.
The whole car.
Yeah. It's
The
like
whole fucking
like
car.
half the car fell off.
And all I see is the wheel hop on to the grass. I see, and it wasn't a wheel. It was something. Anyway, it looked like a wheel, and it hopped onto the grass. And I was like,
Wait, who was driving?
huh?
Who was driving?
Who's driving? Oh, the person who, yeah, not me.
Okay, because I was about to say you would have freaked the hell out.
Yeah, no,
But
I didn't.
continue. Yeah, continue. This sounds good.
Anyways, so the wheel goes on, and I'm like, huh. I wonder if we're gonna make it to my car the whole time. And then so everybody in the car was as calm as me, because at this moment I'm calm, because I'm like, the car stop if one of the wheels start to bust. I'll
know,
be okay.
if the car collapses, at least we won't go anywhere,
I'll go anyway. And so we hit a stop sign. The moment we hit a stop sign, all of a sudden I hear the person in the passenger seat is like, "Oh my god!" And I see smoke coming from the hood closer to the driver's side, and I was like, "Huh, damn, this is really getting bad."
Shit. You start
and
seeing
the,
flames come out from underneath the hood.
even as smoke is coming out, I have like slight smile on my face, like, yo, this is an interesting story that's gonna happen here. But the thing that got me the most was how everybody else was calm too in the car, and I was like, the car has been smoking. You lost part of your car along the way. It's making nice noises, and everybody in this car is as calm as me. That's not good. But
Bruh.
lucky for us, there was a mechanic across the street, and then so the guy pulled up, made a U-turn, got in, and we were there. And the mechanic says, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna fix your car till Monday, and you can't drive it right now. Your shit might combust."
Oh shit! It might fucking explode on you.
Luckily for us, my car was literally 1 minute jog away.
Nice.
Nice control was right across the street. So I got in my car, got everybody in, and I dropped them off home.
Spencer, I mean, Miles, that car was holding on for dear life. It was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go, man. I just got to make it to the next stop, man. To the next. It just like collapses and the wheels just like sprawl out to the side. It just sinks.
I wanted to go back and get that fucking part and be like, hey, here's your like missing part of your wheel that fell off.
It's like a bearing off of like the steering column or some shit. Oh man, that'd be horrible. All of a sudden you just can't steer. Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, really.
Yo,
Remember?
I had a good talk for you.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so like, I had a friend named Marvin in high school, and didn't really hang out with him too much, but I decided to hang out with him for a day. You know what I mean? Like after high school, and so after we finished hanging out, or whatever, I'm like, all right, I'll give you a ride home, bro. So he gets in my car.
Wait,
and,
what car is this?
It was the Mercedes S-Class, the 1999, the really old one.
Right.
We're driving. We're on a Popka Island. We're on the way to his house, and I'm bumping to the bass. I'm enjoying it, right? He is too. He's like, yeah, this car's got a nice bass, man. I'm like, yeah. And so, like, as soon as it went like dun 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 dun, and like the beat dropped, the car just went like started shaking. Hey, yo, Marvin said, "Is this the bass doing that?"
Yeah, it's the bass, man.
I originally said yeah, like because I was trying, like I was like, hopefully it'll stop and like I won't have to worry about it. But like I turned off the music and the car was like still shaking. So he was like, "Yo, oh my god, oh, of course this happens when I get in the car." He was like, "Just my luck." I was like, "No, don't worry about it, bro." So I pull over. Sometimes I try to act smart, like I know what I'm doing. But anyway, I pop the hood. I'm like checking to see what's wrong. Obviously, I don't know what the hell is wrong. So I get back in the car. I'm like, I would just start it up. It starts up like, all right. I'm like, I think this can get you home. He says, what? I think this can get you home. He goes, "You sure?" So yeah, it's just got a little shake to it. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "All right." Anyway, we pull up to his house. His mom is like one of those. Frick, bro. He's like Jesus's mom, and just always bugging. Like always need to know where he's at and stuff. So she's waiting outside the door, and all she sees is my car. She sees me pull up, and he gets out. He's like, "All right, take care." I'm like, "Yeah, bye." He texts me later. He says, "My mom said I'm never allowed to ride with you again." I was
Bruh.
like, well, "Dang."
Oh, that's tragic.
Bro, that's horrible. Remember that time we were about to hop on Kirkman and my car made that noise? And I'm like, yeah, I just have to give it some gas, you know, and then it goes away because my air idle motor, it gets stuck and the air makes little noises and it don't sound very good. I have people constantly look at my car like, what the fuck is wrong with your car, bro? It's not a noise that you normally hear either. It's like you usually hear like the squeak into the belt or something from like a car that needs maintenance.
Like my Tiburon.
Bro, your Tiburon, you could hear that shit from like 6 miles away. It's like I could hear you start up at UCF, come all the way down, and then come to my house. But no, it was like
Imagine picking up a girl and like she's excited to see you. She's excited to see you. She thinks you got a nice car. You pull up. Her parents are looking like, "This is your date?"
This your day?
I thought you were better than me.
I don't think that car is making it. But no, I was like, no, my car, it does this all the time. I just give it some gas, it goes away. But apparently it had been doing it, but we couldn't hear it over the loud music. And I go to give it some gas, and the engine just locked up and shut down. And I was like, oh. And I think Vincent, you were in the passenger seat, and you looked over, and you're like, I think I saw him hit the gas, and the car didn't go nowhere. And then Miles and Danny are in the back, and they're like, just going along with it. You're like, oh, you know, the car in front of you is left. Why don't you start it going? And I'm like, keep on pressing the gas, and it doesn't do shit. And so it's like I go to turn it off, and then and then Vincent looks over at me like, why'd you just turn off the car, bro? Like, this is a green light. I was like, hold on. And it gets lit, and we just go off again. It was just like that shit just locked up out of nowhere. Shit caught me off guard. You ever had a car break down on you, Miles?
More car troubles. More car troubles.
A car break up and down on me?
Yeah, you ever
No.
had a car break down on you?
No, not really.
I've had my car lose complete control before, but it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of me. I wasn't being a bad driver. So I was coming back from this girl's house because I took her to the beach, right? And so I dropped her off, and I was on my way back. And she lives on the far end of Claremont. So it's real hilly over there, and it was fucking pouring down rain. And so out at the bottom of the hills, there's these like freaking 3-inch thick puddles of water that you can't dodge. It covers the entire road, both lanes. So, you know, you slow down, you go over it. I didn't realize how deep it was. I went over it at like 20 miles an hour. Just tons of water just flew up. I watched water come out from underneath my hood. It was so much water. I was like, damn, bro, I probably just drowned my engine. Vroom, just gets up the other side of the hill, no problem. I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. I do it again. You know, I come down the hill again. There's like 3 big hills. So I come down the second hill. Water goes up everywhere, you know. Oh, shit. And then I go up, and I hear... And I go, oh, wait, what the fuck was that? Because I was giving it some gas. All of a sudden, like 14 lights on my dashboard come on. It's like, oh shit, I must have hit like an electrical system or something, and it just fried. I don't know what the fuck happened. So I'm getting up to the top of this hill, and there's a red light at the bottom of the hill. And I'm like, I just hope to God I didn't lose my brakes. So I get up to the top of the hill, And I'm like looking, I'm like, I see low battery, no charge. I see
Yo.
low fuel, like no seatbelt. I see every single indicator come up. I see what's that? What's the other one? Like the traction control is off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like everything's gone, bro. So I'm going down the hill and I'm like pumping the brakes, keeping it going. Of course, I'm having to get on it now. And so I'm going down the hill, real smooth, the car was riding just fine. It was just there was no control. I'm slowing down, and I go to turn into like a little gap because it's a four-way traffic light, but there's only 3 roads on it. So there's like a blank area that's designed for another road, but it's just not been paved yet. It's just grass. So I'm like, oh, I'll just pull into that little lip area, and I go to pull in, and the car won't turn. And I go, uh-oh. So I'm like, go. And literally, I almost go into oncoming traffic trying to turn my car into this little area that I'm trying to get into. And I have to freaking get on it and pull it around and go over. So apparently what had happened is that, the belt that drives your car? Well, that's driven off of the motor that's like, uses the pistons and stuff. The wheel that drives that belt broke. And it was just like the belt was just like free sitting on it. It was just like flopping around on it. So I lost all my cooling systems on my car, lost my power steering, I don't know about my brakes, but my brakes were acting a little funky. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're wet. It was like I lost everything. It was fucking nuts. It's fucking
Did you
crazy.
get her home?
Oh no, I already had her home. I was driving myself back, but I had to get to work. And it's like I had to call my manager up and be like, hey, yeah, I ain't making that shit.
I ain't making that shit.
And so he's like, no, we need you. Can I come to you? I'm like, I'm about an hour and I'd say like 15 minutes from where you are. He goes, yeah, it's all right. Just when the tow truck gets there, just come. I'll pick you up from your house. It's like, okay.
Yo.
I ended up getting there like 4 hours late. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about cars? Another one. This
Go
was
ahead.
Before. Okay, so this is the first like couple months I was at UCF, and I got in my car, told the girl, I'm like, you want to go to Walmart with me? She's like, yeah, that's okay. I'll go to Walmart with you. Sounds like a nice adventure. Walmart's fun to be around. Fuck it. You do a lot of things in Walmart. Dance. I dance in Walmart personally. I love Walmart.
You damn right.
Walmart's a perfect date. Like, anyway. So, oh my God, this is actually a whole story. Holy crap.
So what happened? What happened?
Let me tell you. I got all my groceries, about maybe $100 worth of groceries. And
this is a date, not a shopping trip. Like,
no. It was intended to be a shopping trip, not an actual date.
Okay.
And so I finished scanning everything. I go in and put my card. Declined. I'm smirking, trying to play it off like it's no problem. She looking like, it happens sometimes. I put it back in. Declined. She looked at me again. I'm like, ooh, like kind of worried now. But anyway, I knew I had money, but the car was just kind of messed up. I thought, at least. So at this point, she like starts to look away, like she don't know me.
Yo.
She starts looking at other dudes like, hey.
Hey.
I put in the car a third time. Declined. By this time, she's like walking around like she's lost. Like she's
Yo, bitch, what you doing?
She's completely unassociated herself at this point. But she's like standing at least 30 feet away so that she can like see the situation as it happens. So I'm like, I go to the Walmart employee. I'm like, yo, my card's not working. She's like, oh, she comes over with me. She tries it. It doesn't work. I'm like, let me go to the ATM and see if I can withdraw money. I was able to withdraw money. So I was like, okay, my card's working. It's like, what's up? She's like, let's just try this machine over here. She prints out the receipt so I don't have to rescan everything. Goes to the other machine, scans it. Boop. Price comes up. Puts my card in. Boop. Please remove card. And it's accepted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
By this time, the girl's done sweating. She starts slowly walking back towards me.
Huh.
I'm like, well, you're back. She's like, yeah, I'm not good in awkward situations.
Tuh.
I was like,
Yo,
okay.
you made it worse.
Yeah,
You made
you
it
made
worse.
it worse.
The
You
client,
left me,
the
My
client,
man.
girl left me.
accomplish
I'm
decides
lonely,
to leave.
right?
Leaves around the store as I get the attendant. How did that look? we
But
went we
anyway,
went packed awkward, fam. We went
yeah, yeah,
specific.
yeah, yeah. It was just a whole awkward situation. But I get my groceries, put everything in the car. During the time, my car had like a coolant leak. It wasn't too big of an issue for me. Like it wasn't. It just wasn't like it wasn't. It wasn't a bad leak, you know.
Right.
So for some reason that day, the leak just decided to get worse. So I get in the car and I turn on my car, and the first thing I see is my coolant light. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I still gotta take this woman home. So,
You're like, it'll make it, right?
oh yeah, I assumed so.
Oh,
But she was like, I wasn't gonna take her home. Like I wasn't originally gonna take her home. And in my mind, I'm like, I might have to take her home. We were gonna go to my place, which was further past her home.
Oof.
We're on the road, and I'm looking at my heat gauge. Oh, that bit was going up.
oh.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, we're not gonna make it to my place. Oh snap! So I turn to her. I'm smiling. She look at me. She's like, she in her head is probably like, why the fuck this nigga smiling? But anyway,
Looking dumb.
I said, can I come over? She's like, well, I
Huh?
mean, oh, this is sudden, but sure.
What the hell? Oh.
I was like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, you know? And she's just
Yeah,
like,
you are a comedian. It's gonna be fun.
she's like, yeah, okay. So I was like, in my head, I'm like, thank God, because she could have blown up in my car with me if she didn't say yes. So we
You
stop off
saved
at
your
her
life.
place, the thing, whatever happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vicky took care of the business. But anyway, so she didn't actually know this until like a couple weeks later. Couple weeks later, I was like, yeah. By the way, if you hadn't have allowed me in your house, you probably would have blown up and died. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, I had a coolant issue that day. My engine was about to blow, so you're lucky you said yes.
The way you said what?
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 But yeah, that was an
Yeah,
interesting Walmart story for me. Yeah.
Where'd you put all the groceries?
What I put? Oh, she had a fridge. Like,
You just took over her fridge?
yeah,
I
Yeah.
would have that would have been the reason why I wouldn't have let you stay. I'm like,
she
dude,
had
you have
two
frozen.
roommates that weren't there at the time, so there's plenty of room.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Do you still in contact with her?
Yeah,
Still
Okay.
tapping that puss? No.
no, no, but I am.
What?
Huh?
What?
I am actually, but
No.
that's-
You could, but you just choose not to.
no, I did yesterday.
Who is this?
TT.
You're kidding me. Your car wouldn't have made it another 50 feet to the entrance of your neighborhood.
No, it wouldn't have. Dude, that gauge was going high.
Bruh. Oh my god. That is funny. I figured it was a girl that I knew, but I'm like, there is no way. Dude, oh my god. Dude, she got triggered. She got triggered when I called her TT. She looked at me like, hello? She looked at me like I was you. She was like, Victor? Oh, what the? Why the
Did you
fuck
turn
you
white?
call me that? Like she looked all happy, and then she saw me and she went,
Because that's not something you call her unless you're black.
I didn't know her
button,
name. All I know was TT because that's all you called her. And I was like, okay,
Yeah, I call her
I guess her name is TT. I don't know.
Hey tits. Hey tits.
Hey, pointers.
Pretty funny.
Tiny
Hey,
tits. What's up, tiny tits?
tiny tit.
Itty bitty titty committee, bro.
Itty bitty.
Oh, man, that's funny. And it's funny because you're not even kidding about that car exploding, man. Like, as soon as that coolant goes out, it's like a piston rod could come flying out of your engine if you're not careful.
Oh yeah.
Thank God my car had a default mode.
I
My
have
car
some.
my car had no water in it one day when I was
Ooh,
headed to Valencia. Like I
ooh.
didn't even know it was complete. Like every time I parked the car, like around like a week prior to it, every time I parked the car, I hear like a small little leak, and I'm like, it's just like the metal cooling down or whatever it is, because the fan's still going, it's still blowing air a little bit as it's stopping. I was like, I'm not worried about it. And it never got much louder than that. It was very quiet. It was just it sounded like an air leak, honestly. And I was like, I'm not worried about it. On the way up to Valencia, I have to get up over like this little hill because I was headed through the far side of Metro West because that was the only route I knew at the time. Then I realized that there was a much faster route down another road. But on the way there, I have to go up this hill, and I'm sitting there, and I'm going up, and I go through the light, and I'm making a left turn. In the middle of the intersection, my car goes, and
No.
I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on. Like, it's shaking the car, too. I'm like, it's like I'm going over, like, small children, and I'm, like, bouncing around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, so I stopped the car. It, like, halfway hanging out in the intersection. I stopped the car, and I go, huh. I turn the car off, I turn it back on, and I drive off. And I'm like, oh, that was interesting. Gonna act like that didn't happen. Then it's like you go over like a small little hill, and then you go downhill, and then you have to go back up. You have to do a right turn, then go back up another hill. So going up the other hill, I hear as it goes back, and I'm like, oh, the hill wasn't nearly as bad as the first one. So I go into Metro West, and I'm sitting there at the light, and since I'm at the front, light turns green. I go, huh, wham, and I like zoom out there a little bit, because I'm the first one. So I zoom. I go, the car immediately gave up. I was like,
Yo, I'm sorry. I was just imagining what would happen if I just imagined that Owen was just following me in his car, and all of a sudden I just see him go. I hear a and his car just explodes out of nowhere.
you hear my air idle motor, but no, it wasn't my air idle motor or anything. It was just like, of course, it's brick road too. So like in that little area that I was in. So I was like, it must be just like the bricks or something. Like I was just trying to like come up with like an excuse for why the car's jerking stuff around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey,
and so I pull in to, it's like, I immediately call my dad. I'm like, all right, so my car is throwing itself around, and like I'm giving it gas, and it's not doing nothing. It's going. He's like, oh, what are the gauges telling you? And I look down, and I kid you not when I say that the gauge was off of its own. If like the dial was past the gauge, literally it was like cold, hot, and it's like about like 2 inches long. The gauge, and it only takes up like 45 degrees to like a bottom half 45 degrees. It was like 45 degrees on the other side. It was like so far past it. I was like, oh yeah, the car is overheating. He goes, stop the car immediately before you blow up your motor. And I was like, oh, okay. So I immediately pull over up a little hill again. The car goes, as it's going up the hill. And I pull into some grass, and I'm sitting there, and I immediately start seeing everybody go slamming on their brake because, I'm in a cop car. So as soon as I see a cop pull into position, like up on a hill where he can see the people, everybody just starts slamming on their brakes. I almost caused like an accident just pulling up on that hill because this dude in a freaking SUV slams on the brakes, and the dude behind him really wasn't paying attention. Swerved into another lane and almost hit somebody else. I'm like, fucking people in Metro West. But it's like I'm sitting there, and I hear a little bit of gas, like, and this time it's like super loud. I go, oh. I open up the motor, I open up the hood and everything, and I'm looking down. It's okay. So those things at Disney, like with the fans with the mist on them. You know how they like put out like tons and tons of water. Mm-hmm. It was like shooting red hot mist into my face like a jet stream. and I like burned my face. I slammed down the hood and like ran away. I must have looked like a fucking idiot because all of a sudden I'll open up the hood and you just see me go and then I ran and then I ran away. But I come back and I get the hood open and my dad shows up and he goes, "Yeah, your car's fucked right now. We need to take it back." I ran that thing out of water completely. It took like 4 whole jugs of water to fill that thing back up. It was absolutely ridiculous. So nah, at that moment I started paying attention to all the fluids in my car because I didn't even realize it.
Hey, Spencer.
Take a step back.
Hey, Owen.
What?
Hey, Zeus.
Yeah, see?
Remember that?
Why does it sound like you're saying, "Hey, Zeus, what's up?" Like the god of thunder. It doesn't sound like you're saying Zeus.
See?
What the fuck is his name then?
Jesus.
All right,
is
hey,
correct.
Zeus. Remember that day? That one girl that goes to First Baptist Church had a party, like a party at her house. She has
Yeah.
a really nice house. She had a boat and everything.
I remember her
Wait. With like
completely.
that little beach area you talk about?
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that. Daniel was there.
Yeah. Remember
Two.
when I pulled up, Spencer, and I was like, "How does
Take a
my
step
bumper
back.
look?"
How's your what look?
My bumper, my front bumper. Remember that, Spencer?
Jesus.
Okay, hold up. Okay, remember that, Jesus? Remember I
Yeah.
pulled up and I was like, "How does my front bumper look?"
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Oof.
No, how did your front bumper look?
All right, hold up. Valet.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, I'll be back.
Yeet.
All right.
So how long we're going for?
An hour. We got like
We've
another
hit-
15 minutes.
15 more minutes? Okay.
Because I assume that when I edit it down, it's going to be like a 40-minute podcast.
Dude, I think this has been the most boring podcast, in all honesty.
Yeah. Because we kind of told all of our good stories in the beginning. Podcast.
Huh?
Like in the first podcast, the second podcast. We told all of our good stories.
No, just the energy was just low. We just started off with bad energy.
You saying we want to redo it?
Hell no.
Exactly.
I'm just saying we started off with bad energy. I'm just letting you know that for future reference.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was anticipating that we weren't going to be doing the podcast. Like, I had all my shit closed down.
Yeah, but I was like, I want to do it anyway because I'm someone that likes to commit to something once I say I was going to do it.
Even if it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, we could have done it tomorrow night, and it would have been better.
Nah. Wait, what's tomorrow night? Tomorrow night is Sunday. Saturday night. Nah.
What are you doing Saturday? What are you doing Sunday?
Oh, nothing.
Because I'm
Most
completely
likely.
down with redoing this podcast. Like, this shit's whack.
We're going to have to do it next Friday. I guess you can get like small stories.
Nah. No, I put specifically in the description of the first one that we're gonna be putting them up every Friday. So we gotta have one up this Friday. Up next Friday.
Yeah. So you can,
Because the one that went up today was the one from last week. Because that gives me a week to edit it.
So you should post this one. Just you gotta edit it down a lot.
Hey, someone's watching the video right now.
Are you kidding?
Yeah? No, I'm not kidding. So someone's watching the tuna sandwich one right now. It's blinking at me right now.
Oh, really? That's interesting. How many people? Who's watching?
Because it updates every 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. So somebody's just like, yeet tuna. I want to see a comment.
They're at the 2-minute mark.
Who the fuck is watching our video? Imagine what they're thinking from seeing that shit. They're like,
I don't know. Latest activity is 8. What does that mean? Bars represent the number of views in each minute or hour. The view count is estimated when the first reported and may be adjusted over time as the data becomes more refined.
I'm going on a cruise on Tuesday. Tell me
Excuse
your
me.
experience.
Sorry.
Tell me your experience again about being on a cruise.
The cruise.
Yeah.
Cruise. That was a fun experience. Sucks that my family was there though. But they were paying for the whole thing, so I was like, it's okay. So a long time ago, my grandparents, my grandpa, he was sitting happy. He worked for a bunch of companies for long periods of time, so he had pensions, man. He had good pensions. He had money out the ass, man. He could just burn money.
Yeah.
So they went on a tons of cruises, and they were like, "Hey, we should take the whole family on a cruise, but the family's got to pay for each cruise because that's just going to be a ridiculous amount of money." We're like, "All right, cool. We've been doing all right financially. I think we could save up a little bit. We could do that." So we planned it a year in advance, and we went on a cruise. Well, grandparents passed away, and so as respect, my mom was like, "Hey, we should do another family cruise." So this time I was 17 when I went on it. I think it was like
Okay.
2 summers ago,
Not
and
18.
not 18, but 17. Still legal though, legal.
Where did you go to?
So we went and did Royal Caribbean because that is without a doubt the best one to do. Like if you ever do a cruise, I highly recommend Royal Caribbean. But we went on where did we go? We went to that airport that's like right on the beach where like people get blown off all the time in the water. We went there and we did some scuba diving. We did one of those things. We went to where else did we go? I think we went to somewhere in Jamaica. I'm not sure. And then we went to Haiti, I think. There was something in the water at Haiti. I'm gonna tell that later. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, as a horny ass teenager on a cruise, trapped. You tend to find things to go out and do. And the first thing that I wanted to do with my buddy, or my cousin, he is a couple months younger than me, but he's a skater guy. So he's got the long hair, the funky socks. He's got the whole shebang. And me and him were like, yo, let's hit up these pools because that shit's going to be nice. Literally, we hadn't been on the boat 2 minutes. And we're like, the boat's still at port. We're like, let's go hit the pools. Okay, yeah. So we run back to the room. It took us like an hour to find the room because we were on like the wrong level and shit. Like our room didn't exist, and then we realized that we were on the wrong floor.
Okay.
It's like, so we found a room, got changed, went up, and we saw that there was like 4 or 6 hot tubs. There were 6 hot tubs on the boat. We're like, all right. So we hopped in one of the hot tubs. I'm sitting there enjoying it, and my cousin's sitting across from me because they're circular hot tubs, and we're sitting there chatting. And he goes, dude, turn around. And I turn around, and I kid you not, when I say a wall, there was a wall of benches and stuff, all tanning beds that were set up like bleachers. And we're like,
Yo.
dude, there's going to be some bad bitches there tomorrow. So we'll be here first thing in the morning tomorrow to come enjoy the view. So guess what happens? First thing tomorrow morning, we're up, chatting around. It's probably like 11. We got up a little late, but it was the first thing that we did. We went over there. We got something to drink as we went to it. We're sitting there, and we go to sit down, and we're looking at this wall. And I kid you not, it was all teenage girls, bro. All between the ages of like 18 and 22. It was like perfect, all getting nice tans. And I'm like looking at that. I'm like, fuck, like, dude, just start picking at them, and we'll go talk to we'll go make friends, right? We'll go make friends. So my buddy is not as confident as I am, so I'm like, yeah, we'll go talk. Come on. He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, we will go up and say, hey, what's your name? My name's Owen. You can say your name, yada, yada, yada. We'll go back and forth, start a conversation, make some friends. He goes, okay, I'm down with that. And I was like, damn right, you're down with that. So we get going. We're doing the walk around. I start chatting up with a couple people. And not necessarily girls. It was actually this one couple. It was actually really, really chill. It was this one dude. He had this fat, nice Rolex on, and I'm like, damn, he's got
Yo,
money. And
he
I
got
asked
money.
him, I was like, yo, what's a good place to eat out here? We're hungry because it was like noon, so we're like we're hungry. He was like, I'm not sure, but there's like this really nice place right over there. It's at the bar though. I don't know if you can order there, but they got some food over there. I was like, all right, yo, dude, that's a nice ass Rolex. He goes, oh yeah, you like this, bro? Check this out. And he hit a button with it, and like the whole thing changed. I was like, oh
What
okay.
the hell?
And so yeah, it was like the whole top of
Yo,
it changed, and I was like, yo, dude, that is like the most epic fucking watch I've ever seen in my life. So I start chatting. And I'm like, and I'm looking at my buddy like, this is how you start a conversation. You just make friends like this. And then what you can do is that you can bring other people into the conversation. He's looking at me like I'm some kind of psychopath, just like talking with some random people. and,
what?
and I'm just like, no, 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 no. All
Good
right,
tactic.
fine.
Good tactic.
It was fun. Like the dude was awesome. He was a cool guy. He was a cool guy. His wife,
Yeah.
hot as fuck. That's why I talked to him. So
Was his wife?
because here's the thing. You know what's funny? Before I got on the cruise, on the drive over there, I'm like, this time I'm just gonna go on this cruise. I'm not gonna I'm tired of chasing girls, bro. I'm just going on this cruise. I'm just relax. I'm just sit in the hot tub and I'm just gonna relax. Not gonna talk to any girls. No, I'm just gonna
Second
chat. I'm just
day,
gonna chat with my
already,
cousin. Literally,
already aiming
second
for the
day.
rich guys.
All right, who am I talking to? Who am I talking to first? So I kind of just had this strategy because he didn't really have the motivation or the confidence for it, and I was like, it's all right, man. You could try again tomorrow if you want, or later on today. It was
It's
all
alright,
right, yeah.
buddy.
I'm gonna
You
go.
need to sidestep. Be in my shadows while I go and pull.
Literally, he went back and hung out with our crude family. Like, all right, bro. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. So I start orbiting in the hot tubs. And as if you're sitting there long enough, just chilling out, people will walk in, sitting down enjoying the hot tub. A couple girls will walk in looking fine, man. I'm like, "Phew," but everything's underwater, so you don't, I'm just sitting there trying to hold myself back as a man who couldn't hold anything down. Like if a cute girl sat next to me in high school, bro,
You're done.
like
It's game
like
over.
if I was wearing gym
Someone's gonna see
shorts,
his
it
face.
was game over. If I was wearing, that's why I always wore jeans. If you hadn't noticed, I always wore jeans. It was like because you don't know when a cute girl is gonna be sitting next to you. I'm like, I need a way for it to like hold it. So, but now I have more control, and I like wearing these workout pants anyway. So they did come in. I start chatting with them, yada yada yada. Get to know them. Eventually, they have to leave. I literally sat in those hot tubs all day for the first day. I probably talked to like 6 different girls on like a good level. I talked to more than 6, but I talked to 6 that like actually enjoyed my company. So I was like, all right, or at least they looked like it. They were chatting with me back and yada yada yada, and they were trying to entice conversation. But I talked to this one girl, and she seemed a little older, and I was like, all right, it's all right, it's still cool. She was laughing and at me, and well, not at me, but laughing with me, yada yada yada. We're chatting. She ended up having to leave. I was like, all right, it's about dinner time because we have to meet up downstairs for the arranged dinner. That was the one rule, is that you could do whatever you want on the cruise. As long as you showed up for dinner, you were all right. So I'm like, all right, that's a workable rule. It was like 7 and dinner started at 8. I was like, I just need to go get ready. Third day. Well, I would say second day of the cruise, right? I bump into that same older girl again. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? She's like, hey. And so we started chatting again. And so I was like, hey, I was about to head over to the hot tub. What are you doing? She was like, oh, I was going to go get something to eat, but I'll meet you over there. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to be in this one right here. She goes, all right. She disappears. I kid you not. Like 10 minutes later, she comes back with food for me. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
this girl came prepared. So
Oh.
I was like, this girl might be a keeper. I might have to get her number. So, I'm doing my thing in the hot tub, chatting with her, yada yada. She brought me free food, so I was blessing her for it. And so we're chatting, things are going good. She starts scooching over to me. I put my arm around her. Things are going good. Like, this is the farthest that I've gotten in a long ass time. So
Yo.
I'm like, all right, that's cool. Next thing that happens is that she was she came with her. I don't know if it's her sister or something along that line, but basically, she came with a relative, I think, or a friend or best friend. But it was her 16th birthday, and I kid you
Yep.
not, she was not very attractive, and she didn't have any
Redeeming qualities.
exactly. And she was kind of being a bitch the whole time. So I was like, it's all right. You're just having one of those days. But I later learned that she was being a bitch because her friend was spending so much time with me and not with her.
Oh,
She was pulling a Christian, bro.
yeet.
So, me and her started chatting more. Well, she left. So after a little while, I'm still sitting in the hot tub, and they have to close down the pools and everything after lunch after dinner. So I'm like, oh, I can't go back up to the pools. So I decided to hang around. I started wandering around the ship. I bumped into her again, and so we started chatting. La di da 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 da. And I take her up to. We end up somehow at the front of the ship, and there's like a little sun deck that's normally open when. And it's normally packed like in the middle of the day because people are out there getting tan. It's like a little greenhouse room covered in glass. And there's these fat chairs there that are designed for like 2 or 3 people, like a family, like mom, dad, little kid, and they could all sit together. And I was like, these chairs look comfortable. So I laid down, and I was like, I'm a little tired. Don't let me fall asleep. She goes, okay, and she starts snuggling up next to me. So I was like, oh shit. So she was kind of helping me along because I didn't really have the confidence to go all out, but.
Yo, she's signaling you.
Dude.
The moment she gave you food, that was it.
Yeah, man. It was like I was set.
It.
I was set. So I'm sitting there. I'm just like, fuck NA. If I'm trying hard as shit, like to spoon her without letting my hip touch her. Because if anything, if she got relatively near my waist, she would feel something.
The raging dragon that is.
Or as what's that author puts it, the throbbing manhood. So so I'm sitting there trying to keep it in. She goes, I could see you're trying to keep your distance a little bit. She goes, is there like any reason? I go, yeah, there's kind of a specific reason. She goes, oh, okay. As she backs up into me, and I go, oh. I'm like, oh shit. So we talked for a little bit, and things got a little intimate, but nothing too bad. And next day, third day, we end up smashing. Fourth day.
Well, how about you talk about the events leading up to that point?
The events leading up to that point?
Yeah,
What you mean? I literally walked up to her. I said, hey, you want to go back up to the green room? She goes, yeah. We sat there for 10 minutes. I chatted. I said, you want to take this conversation back to her room? She said, yes. I said, good. And I followed her. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, and when I say that she was ditching her friend, I mean literally her friend was at the room, and we walk in, and her friend was like, where have you been? She was like, oh, I just went out to go get something to eat, and I bumped into my friend. And when she said friend, I was like, I know she ain't talking about me, because there is no way she's acting like I'm just a friend. And I'm like, you know what? She's saying that because her friend doesn't know how far we are. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. She's covering. She's got that shit planned. So she's like, I tell you what, I never had a chance to go get some food, but I came back here to grab my wallet because I forgot it. She goes, oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean your wallet? It's all inclusive. But the other girl didn't know that because she wasn't paying for any of it.
Dumbass.
But the older woman, the girl that I was there with, knew it. So she was like, yeah, I came back here to get my wallet, so we can go out and get lunch. She was like, you go out and find a place, and I'll come out and meet you. Find somewhere on like deck 5 or whatever, or like deck. Oh no, it was like deck 12 is like the deck where it's like the top one, where you can go in, where there's like all the bars are near the pool. She was like, all right, fine. So she leaves. kind of in a bitchy mood. So
Question: Is this day 3 or day 4?
this is day 3
Is he talking
Okay.
about the time that he was at the
on the cruise.
the camping place with his oh no.
What? No,
I
okay.
thought you were
So
talking about the time that
You
you
talking
went
about
up
his
to
cousin?
like your cousins, and your cousin had, or was it your friend? Oh, it was your friend, and he had hot cousins, and he was like, everyone wants to smash my cousins,
No.
and you're like, no, no way.
I need
He
to
was
tell
like,
that
he was
story
like,
too.
he was like, nah,
Bro.
I'm different. I'm a true friend. And then you saw the cousins, and it was like, friendship or that pussy.
Dude, honestly, yeah, I need to tell that story too. But this
How did it
all right.
happen?
So Vic, you're about. I mean, so Vincent, you're about to step in on like the best fucking part. So
Okay.
her friend leaves the room, leaves her room, and so we're in there, and so she shuts off the lights. Things start to get intimate. Literally,
Intimate.
literally, 10 seconds after things got intimate, roommate walks back in or attempts to.
Oh,
No.
Girl number 1 screams, "I told you I will be there." And the girl goes, "I forgot my shoes." She said, "Don't worry, it's cool up top." She goes, "All right, fine." And then she leaves. I'm sitting there. I looked as she was saying that. Girl number 1 can't see her. Roommate can see me plain as day. Sees me laying on the bed with no shirt on.
Oh,
Gives
okay,
me the
okay.
dirtiest fucking look. And then walks off.
Just look. No.
It was so bad. So we're like, yeah, we can't come back here anymore.
Honestly, you had a shirt on. I mean, you had no shirt on, but you had pants on, so it wasn't that bad.
No, but she knew, like she knew, like
You know
Yeah,
what
but
didn't
shit
happen.
was gonna happen.
imagine walking back into your dorm, turning on your light, and seeing a random naked white man on your
Well, it
friend's
definitely
bed.
wasn't
Bruh.
random because we told her go find a restaurant and we'll meet you there.
Nah, bruh, if that was me, I'd make it worse just to be funny. I'd have
I
turned
would have
and looked
stepped
at
up
her
and been
face.
like,
What
she
took you so
said
long?
she'd meet.
What took you so long?
Oh God, no. She literally cracked open the door and started talking. Like she had an idea that we were doing shit, but she didn't like want to fully believe it. So she still looked in, but she didn't step in. And I'm like, damn, that's bad. So every time that we ended up wanting to do something, we took it back to my room, which was even worse. So me and my
Was this a
buddy,
23-year-old or somebody different?
this is a 23-year-old. So me and my cousin had a code. We were like, all right,
Hold on. I have a question.
what's up?
Do you think a girl would be blatant about smashing a guy 6 years younger than her, or do you think like she'd hide that shit? Like, what would did her roommate know you were that young?
No,
Okay.
nobody
I
else
feel like-
knew it but her at the time.
But you looked somewhat older.
Yes. From the way that she played it up, she was like, "Oh, you must be like 20 something, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I kept my voice low and everything to like, kind of finish it. But so what ended up happening was that me and my buddy had a code. So we were like, every time you come back to the dorm, I mean not dorm, the room, if we hadn't have just woken up and you're returning back and we have there's a chance that someone else is in the room, you knock and you say, "Hey, it's me." And if we have something happening in the room that we don't want you like walking in on, we'll say, "Hold on, I'm changing." And then you go, "Okay," and you leave for 1 hour and you come back. That was like the rule. That was the only rule that we set. The problem is that the rooms had paper thin walls. And directly next to my room was my sister and my cousin's cousin. So, I mean, my other cousin. But it was like the two girls and we were the two guys. And then literally across the hall was my parents' room.
Yeet.
Next to that was their parents' room.
Yo,
Oh.
So everyone was right next to each other. So every time we
Owen,
came back to my room, we had to be very secretive about that shit.
Discreet.
Because like literally, I had been chatting with her, yada yada yada, and my dad stepped out, and we were standing in front of my room, and I was opening the door to my room, and she was right behind me. My dad stepped out of his room and goes,
No.
"Hey, what's going on?" I go, "Yeah, I just forgot my swim trunks. I'm gonna just grab them." He goes, "Oh, okay." And he started chatting with her, and I was like, "God, fuck." So I literally walk in, got changed, came back out, and I was like, "All right, we're headed back up to the pool." He goes, "All right, have fun." And then he stood there,
Stood there.
waited for us to
I
leave.
did that.
Your dad knew.
Bro,
He knew.
bro, he saw that shit coming like hardcore, and I was like,
Yo.
damn. You know what's funny though is that one time when I was in the hot tub, they decided to part and like set up the whole family because there's 12 of us, bro. There was 12 of us in total. They set up the whole family right next to the hot tub. Of course, I was already sitting there and I was already comfortable, but I didn't really kind of see them. They were kind of like behind me from my angle, and the girl saw them. And so she kind of like nudged herself towards me, and I go to put my arm around her, but I was kind of stretching at the same time. I stretched, and then I put my arm around her, but I wasn't like trying to hide it or anything. That's just what happened. And guess what comes up at the table? My uncle was like, "Oh yeah, I saw him pull the old stretch and then put your arm around her technique going on over there." And my dad looked at me like, "Yeah, I saw that shit too." And I'm like, fuck, if only they had known like what we had already done like the day before. It's like they obviously knew that.
Wait, you're on day 4 right now?
Well, no, when I did that, it was on day 4. But I'm saying like, no, when I took her back to my room, that was like day 5 or 6, and my
Wait, so
dad
you're
stepped
jumping
out.
days right now? Okay.
Yeah. I was day jumping as soon as I finished the story
Okay.
about her roommate stepping in. Oh yeah, but the walls are paper thin, and so I talked about sleeping with her, and my sister brought that shit up at the table. She was like, "You know those walls are paper thin, right? I hear everything that y'all say." And she gave me the dirty look. She was like, "And I hear how you talk about that girl." And I'm like, "You brought that shit up at the fucking table? Like in front of all 12 of the family? Like you couldn't bring that shit up like elsewhere?"
And the family.
Like everybody looked at me like,
Even the
"Oh."
Ye-
It's funny because my other cousin, he's 24, 25, 26. Buff. I mean, big dude, strong, smart. He works as a doctor's assistant, and he sets up the rooms and everything for surgery. Gets paid tons of money, lives in his own house, doesn't have a girlfriend. My dad laid into him the entire time. He said, "My 17-year-old son is pulling more girls than you are. What is
Damn.
wrong with you?" And he was just like, "I got Tinder." I was like, "What?" I'm like, with that kind of background, if you have pictures for that, like to match that entire background, bitches will be flocking. So
He's right. He didn't seem upset if he says I had Tinder. I'm like, oh well, I'll be pulling. You don't even know.
no, but it's like I think he only ever talks about like 3 girls, and I'm like, tell me about some of your Tinder dates. He goes, "Well, there's this one time," and it was like the same story I've already heard, and I'm just like, "You've gotten laid like 4 times on Tinder, and you're not very happy about it." But I don't really chat with him too much. But
I respect it. He doesn't care to flock his business. I feel the same way.
No, the way that it comes off, it just seems like that's all he has. So I'm like, all right, that's all right. I mean, I don't get any action on Tinder, so I'm good. Oh no, I need to tell that story about my cousin, bro. That shit was fucking funny. So
Let's hope your cousin's not watching this.
Yo,
well, no. It's not my cousin. It's my buddy's cousin. So up in North Carolina, we what year was this? Was I 16 at the time? I think I was 16 at the time. So I think this was the furthest I got, like that entire year with any chick. So I go up to North Carolina for Thanksgiving every year, and we hang out with a bunch of vegans. It's weird, but it's my dad's friends because he's from up there. He knows all the roads and everything, and it's really beautiful up there. So we go up there and we visit. So we're up there, and we're over at my dad's friend's house. Bob, his name's Bob. Bob's house, and Bob has a son named Zach. and I think he's a little older than me, maybe a little young. I'm not sure, but the point is that no, he's a month younger than me. So the point is that they always have a big party there on the Friday after Thanksgiving. So we go eat Thanksgiving, big family. Friday, we come to his house, we have a big party, and then we pack up and then we leave to come back home. So we're there, chatting, and last year he had a cousin come over, and she was flirting with me a little bit, and I kissed her.
Why'd you do that?
Well, just because I could, and she was cute, and she was flirting with me. So
What was the situation?
So this year I asked her, I was like, you wanna pick up where we started?
This year?
No. This is the same story that you heard, Vincent. So I asked her, I was like, you wanna pick up the story, where we left off last year? She goes, I don't have a boyfriend, so sure. I was like, all right. So this time she got a little tipsy at the party, and she snuck in a little here and there, a little more here and there, a little more here and there. She started getting kind of touchy, I would say, and she stepped out after someone made a comment. She got frustrated. She stepped out. So after a certain time, I stepped out and was like, all right, what happened to her? It's been 30 minutes. That's way longer than the bathroom needs or whatever. And she was sitting out on the stairs, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? She goes, I'm just feeling a little drunk. I just need to step out. I'm not feeling too good. All right, whatever. Trying to comfort her, and we started chatting, and I mentioned Zach has a treehouse out in the backyard because his backyard is fucking huge, tons of trees in it. It's literally just it's like trying to walk through snow from how many leaves are back there. It's crazy. So we're loudly walking back there. She was like, yeah, let's go to the treehouse. I was like, all right, that's cool. Although it's fucking freezing outside. I didn't know why she wanted to do that. But, at the time, I didn't know why. I do now. And so we're going back there. And so we get inside. We start talking and shit. And I'm like, he's got his PlayStation out here. Let's play some games. She goes, yeah, because that's what I wanted to do out here. I was like, what do you mean? So we started chatting, and I kind of caught on. So we started making out a little bit, and she goes to start taking off layers. And around this time, it was, I would say it's the wrapping up time. And she's his cousin. So she's kind of foreign. Well, she was from Japan. She wasn't born in Japan, but she just came back from Japan. And people wanted to talk with her. So Zach comes out. They had been smoking weed up there, I would say, for about half hour, maybe 45 minutes. They were high as shit. He came out stumbling, fumbling, trotting through the leaves. And I swear I heard him fall twice on the way out there because it's not smooth. It's jagged and there's rocks and shit. So he stumbled and fumbled his way out. And so he came out and got onto the slide. And I heard bup, 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 boop, poof. And I heard him slam into the slide and come all the way back down. He tried 3 times and slid back down both times. I'm sitting there trying to keep it in. I'm like, he don't know we're out here. Because he's screaming our names. Tina! 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 As he's falling around. So we're she's like, don't say anything. He might leave. Tina! Boom, 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 boom. He's getting closer. Tina! You in here? Boom, boom, boom. He starts banging on the door. Now, the door opens inward, which is an issue because the latch doesn't really like to latch. So he starts banging on it harder, and the door starts cracking open. So Tina throws on something and runs in there and goes, yeah, hey, what's up? What's up? She answers the door. Hey, what's up? He goes, people inside want to talk to you. She goes, oh, okay. Well, we're playing a game out here. Because at the time, the game is up and running. I was a dumbass. And she was like, hold on, let me just turn it off. So I'm sitting there like, oh, shit, I better put on some clothes, you know. Because I was partially undressed as well. So I'm sitting there putting shit back on quickly and quietly. And she goes, so, you know, who wants to see me? You know, oh, this dude. And so she goes to leave, and she leaves with him, and he stumbles down and falls down the fucking slide again. I think he was doing it on purpose. I don't know. He acts like Vincent sometimes. He flops, and I'm just sitting there like, God damn, because literally me and him had a conversation before anybody showed up because we got there at like noon, and the party didn't start till like 8 o'clock. So we helped out making everything. He was like, so last year I saw you were doing some stuff with my cousin, you know. And I was like, yeah, you know, she seems pretty cute. He goes, yeah, everyone says that. Everyone's trying to like fuck her, man. It's weird. It's like, it's my cousin, man. Like, come here, enjoy my company, you know, my host. I'm the host. Enjoy my company, you know, it's my party. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll back you up, bro. I'll back you up. If anybody tries to do anything with her, I'll stop them. He goes, all right, cool, thanks.
Betrays his trust.
And you see how that plan went. It didn't really work out too well. I ended up snatching her myself, but no, I didn't get anywhere with her. Sadly,
Just like
we tried.
older guy tries to fuck her.
Honestly, like I wanted to lay into him, like you fucking cockblock, but I literally I couldn't say shit. Like he ends up looking at me like, "Where you been?" I was like, "Oh, you know, I was just hanging out in the car. I had to charge my phone."
Smashing her.
I told him I had to charge my phone.
Smashing your cousin.
And he was like, "Oh, okay." Of course, he's still high as shit. And I tell you what, they were so fucking paranoid about getting caught smoking that literally they were dousing themselves in Febreze. They went through like 3 whole canisters of Febreze, like aerosol Febreze. It was like, really, dude? Just fucking put on some deodorant, chew some gum, spray some cologne on, and walk outside. You'll be fine. And he goes, no. They were paranoid as shit. It was funny. But yeah, that was my story with his cousin that I almost got to sleep with.
Oh, we reached the conclusion of the podcast.
No. I still haven't told my 2 stories.
All right, tell him, Vic. Tell him, Vincent.
Give me a moment to get back to the phone.
All right, because we're at an hour and 20 minutes, and I only wanted like an hour long thing.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all, what's up? What's going on? It's Icky Vicky here with another. I'm kidding. So there was a week that my cousins were coming down from New York to spend some time with me in Florida. It was 2 of them, you know, older cousin male, older cousin female. No. She's younger actually. Yeah. The male was 2 years older than me. The female was 2 years younger than me. You know, 1 male, 1 female cousin. You know, and they get down here, see me, my parents. They're all. It was a good time actually. We enjoyed it. But my parents were leaving for the weekend. They were also taking the their opportunity to spend some time with each other. So my parents were leaving. They leave for the weekend, but however, you know, there has to be some type of adult supervision. So my grandparents were coming. I was playing Mortal Kombat with my cousin Kamari. We were playing the freaking hard mode challenge stuff, whatever. And he had to take a dump, so he was like, can I use your bathroom? I'm like, yeah, sure. He uses my bathroom, but then all of a sudden I started feeling it. And there's 3 bathrooms in the house. There's mine, my idiot sister's, and then my parents. My sister didn't let me use her toilet, so the only other toilet to use was my parents. So I went into my parents' room. Hold on. Valet. Okay, all right, I'll go help him out. Okay, let me go help him out.
Hey, Victor, night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do something else right now.
All right, I'll call you back in when we need to do the outro.
Sure. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, hello.
All right, go ahead. Continue the story.
All right, so continuing story now. So
You walked up into your parents' bedroom.
yeah, so obviously the only other toilet is in my parents' room. So I go to my parents' room and I let it out. I blow it up, right? And I flushed the toilet. I know I did. I just didn't. I just didn't know that I clogged it. So I walked away assuming it had flushed. And I go back to my cousin. I go back to my room where my cousin's waiting, and we're playing. We're sitting there playing games. My grandparents get there, and the first thing I get is like a call from my granddad. He's like, "Yo, who used the toilet?" I was like, I did." He was like, "Yo, come clean this up, bro." So I go over there. I clog the toilet. I was like, "Oh snap!" So I get the plunger. I start plunging it.
Right,
I'm like, "Oh,
right.
this should be good." I flush it. And you know how like when you flush the toilet, it like it starts slowly going up. And so I was like, "Oh shit!" So I was like trying to like, like I was trying to like get it down, but like it's like and like overflew, bro.
Oh,
Like
shit.
just shit water everywhere. And my grandpa's sitting here like this nigga don't even know how to plunge a toilet.
Goddamn.
So so I like tried everything, bro. Like I was sweating, bro. Like it was just bad because I didn't see my grandparents in like a long time. So like the first thing, the first thing that they experience is their grandson taking a dump and clogging up their toilet for themselves.
He came to see what a man you were, and it's like you're not a man at all.
Yeah, that's how it felt. It felt bad.
I feel you, bro. I feel you on that.
But yeah. So I cleaned everything up, and eventually went about my day.
All right, that's funny, bro.
All
So what was the other one?
right, so I have a history of this, but I took a dump in my own toilet at home, and it got clogged. So I told my dad, and my dad was like, "Yo, like I tried plunging it, but like it wouldn't, nothing was working." So I like told my dad, I think we gotta get like some stuff from the store that like we can put down the toilet so that it can like like some chemicals, put some chemicals down the toilet to like unclog everything, because it was that bad. And
Right.
so my dad was like, okay, he gets it from the store, we do whatever, and it worked. He was like, you need to stop clogging the toilet, like seriously, like stop waiting 3 days to take a dump, like you should be taking a dump like maybe like every day and a half or something, like so you need to stop clogging the toilet. I was like, okay, I'll try. But anyway, literally
didn't.
like literally like 2 days later, I took another dump, and this one clogged the toilet, like clogged it bad. And so I didn't know what my dad did with like the chemicals to like put inside the toilet and clean it, whatever. And I didn't want to tell him again because he was already mad, and I just was like, I hated when my dad was mad because when my dad was mad, he was mad, and I don't like dealing with it, bro. Like I just didn't. So I didn't tell him. But at the same time, I was not telling him my toilet was clogged. So I think it was. I went about a month.
Oh, shit.
Like every time I would walk into the bathroom, I would hold my breath.
God damn.
And like one day I decided to like look inside and see what was up. So I look inside, and like it's still there and everything. Like it still has its shape and everything. It's like it like retained its shape the entire time.
This is disgusting,
So
man.
so I took like the end of the plunger, and I like tap it. It like deflaked down. Like
It just like
it,
disintegrated into dust.
yeah, it was like ash. It like
That
basically
is
disintegrated.
that
into
is
the toilet.
horrible.
Like it was bad, dude. Like I think I even saw some green stuff growing. Like
Bro.
it was bad. But I was like, all right, this has to get fixed. So I tell my mom, I'm like, Mom, I kind of clogged the toilet again, but don't tell Dad. She's like, okay, I'll like get a plumber. And so I felt horrible for whoever was coming to deal with that mess.
Oh shit.
So I was inside playing video games on my laptop, trying to just ignore the situation. And I hear the doorbell. My mom opens the door. I'm like, oh snap, here it comes. I locked my door. My room is connected to the bathroom. That's connected to the guest room. I locked my door.
So we had to go
but
to
left
the guest room?
Yeah, so you had to go to the guest room because I didn't want to like going through my door. Make it, like I didn't want to I didn't want to associate myself with the problem, even though I was the cause.
Fucking problem.
But so he went through the guest room. He opens the door, and the first thing I hear is, "God damn!" I was like, "Oh shoot, this dude." I hear the toilet like you open the toilet, you hear that. He opened it, and I heard silence. Like, I swear he opened it, and was like, yo, who the hell did this, man? Like, I heard silence.
That is just ridiculous, man. Why didn't you just fucking fix it, man?
After I hear the silence, I hear, what the fuck?
What the fuck, bro?
And so it took.
Did
It
he
took
walk back downstairs saying, "I'm not
I-
fixing that shit"?
No. He did it. It took him. I like he would go in and out every now and then to like catch a breath. But
He had to go in
it took him
with an
about an
oxygen
hour.
mask.
It took him about an hour. He managed to
God
complete the
damn.
process. Yeah. He completed the process. Everything was good. In fact, he even got like no, yeah. He completed the process and everything, and like, charged my mom, left or whatever. I feel bad for that dude, but in the end, my mom was like, "All right, we need to do something about this toilet." So we were renting the house at a time, so like she contacted the owner or whatever, and then he like put some money towards getting a new hyper flush toilet.
Hyper
And
flush.
and so yeah, it was an extra powerful like flushing toilet. So like like my issue of clogging the toilet was like solved pretty much at that moment. Yeah.
Oh man,
Now
dude,
you
my
need to get
nose.
Spencer back in.
Oh my god. Bring who back in?
Spencer.
Bring who?
It doesn't matter. You're cutting this part out anyways.
I just like to be in like preparation in case, we do need him. Here, leave the call.
Okay, hold on. All right.
Just leave the call for me.
Yeah. Give me a second. Okay. All right, I'm leaving. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Looks like it didn't get his attention.
All right. Yeah. So I think Miles headed out. So I think it's time for us to wrap up, Vincent.
Yep.
You
Thank
got-
you for watching the podcast. We had some interesting stories today.
Yeah,
Where do we
we
go?
did,
Car problems and like plunger problems.
bruh. Wait, like there was. Oh man. All right. Yeah. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like, share it on any social media that you can. We're trying to expand out right now, so just get the word out there for us. Help us out. Does good for us. Does good for you. And leave a comment. Let us know what we can improve on, what you want to see, what else we could do. And that's all mine. It's all mine. What's yours, Vincent?
Same thing, bro.
All right, yeah.
The
So
cloud.
next Friday we'll be doing another podcast again. Excuse me. And so yeah, we'll be uploading every Friday. I think every Friday is gonna be a good option for us with our schedules.
We'll upload when the editing's done, but we'll do the podcast every Friday.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna upload every Friday, and then I'm gonna record every Friday. So
Sounds good.
yeah, so because it's gonna take me at least like at some point during the week to get around to it. So it's gonna be a better option to do it like that. But anyway, guys, take care, be safe, and yeah, till next time. Bye bye.